Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is Burma and we are going to be moving on with the Romulan storyline. Bigger Picture is the episode we're going to start out with, but first I'm going to ask about Rinna because Mrs. Tal Shiar gave us some advice or news recently and want to see if she's above board.
We will stop the Tal Shiar.
So we're getting sort of fobbed off here, but we have to go to the Mempa sector
I'm not
in order to find a missing sector, and we can now travel between sector blocks. Got a missing ship somewhere in this area. Now I do have to make a small confession. I moved over some, I mean they were all common anyway, but I had to move over some officers from my main to this character. But I don't think that it makes I don't think it's going to make a massive difference, really, to tell you the truth. It was just a couple, just I think 5 rares and 10 commons that I dropped from my my first account onto this one, so I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, and I imagine most people who are creating an alt will do exactly the same thing, but just for clarity's sake I thought I would mention that. So unfortunately, yes, we are still moving at the speed of a slug. We're at warp 6.8, which is all we can manage until we get a higher level singularity core. Might be one of the first things I look for. It's like, especially when I get to level 20, I might be looking for a Mark 6er. Let's go. We need to head to the Mempa system, which is there. While we're here, we might as well check and see if there are any interesting DOF missions, and this is pretty much what I will constantly be doing. Now we can do a can we do a military offensive mission? We can. They have very high possibility that people are going to get killed. Oh, and an instigate defection. We definitely want that one. They have a very high possibility that someone's going to get killed, but they are definitely something that I will be looking in. What you need to look for early on when you're doing DOFs is find some and look for the department heads. They will give you the high CXP missions, which is really what you're looking for right at the beginning, because you want to level up your R&D. You want to level up your schools, because without doing that you don't get access to the better duty officers, and that's something I definitely want. So let's begin bigger picture. I could actually trade in some fleet marks at my fleet headquarters to get some fleet dumps, but again, not really that bothered at the moment.
We've arrived at the source of the distress signal. Scanning the area now. The ship is badly damaged, but there's no clear relationship between the distortion and the ship. I ran a comparison to the anomalies we scanned previously in the Kittimer system. While they appear similar at first look, the spike in tetrions is different from what we've seen before.
Okay, let's
Sir, there's no sign of a Republic vessel in the area. Whatever happened here is unfortunate, but I recommend we continue our search elsewhere. It may look suspicious if we linger.
We might have a chance to get an ally, so let's get a bit closer. Going in. Is that a Keldon or a Galore? I really can't tell at this range. I think that's a Galore because it doesn't have the extra fin on top of it. Full stop.
Cardassians use a recursive encryption algorithm to protect their data from unauthorized access. We'd have to be on their bridge to tap into their systems. We have no idea what happened to this ship. We could be putting ourselves at risk for the sake of curiosity. I recommend we leave and continue our search elsewhere.
Knowledge is power. Let's not be too hasty.
It's your call, but if you're going over to that ship, then I'm coming with you.
Okie dokie.
Interesting.
Just the two, huh?
No visible damage. Why would they abandon the ship? The bridge appears operational, but where's the crew?
I still think they should have recorded some default voices.
No other life signs detected. We're alone.
Unless they're in a transporter buffer
Here's
or something.
odd. There are no corpses on this ship. The ship description fits what we've seen of the Alachi. Several security logs were accessed recently. I think you're going to want to see this.
Maybe I don't want to see it. Maybe I don't want bad news.
The security recording is from 3 days ago. Whatever it is, it explains why there aren't any corpses. One more. Pulling it up now.
Spooky.
Wait. That noise. Several ships are on approach and requesting status. Sir, they're Cardassian.
Whoa. We're gonna have to fight our way out of this, aren't we? Yeah.
Our way is the only true way.
Signed by Empress Sealer, really? I don't think so. Ooh, ouch.
2 more waves are approaching the system. Recommend a defensive posture with power to shields.
You don't know me, do you? Looks like the cloak still works. I noticed that not many people are doing ISA at the moment. Prepare to meet your doom. Yes, Battle Cloak is the most awesome thing ever. I can get a plasma torpedo off right away. What the hell are you shooting at? That's not good news. It's definitely not good news that I just got my ass hit caught in that explosion. Well, we're behind him, so sneaky, sneaky. Full stop. Don't really want him to see this coming. Mark IV plasma turret, nice. So.
The Cardassians were unaware of what had happened to their missing vessel. It appears the Alachi attacked them while they were hunting for our ships. Bad luck. We should destroy the derelict. Let the True Way think that the Republic defeated all of their patrols.
Yeah, seems fine by me. You kind of begin to see how powerful the cloak is. I mean, all right, everything's sort of level based. But I was just able to blast through a Kelden's shields with pretty much no fanfare. And good night to the derelict ship, I suppose. Okay.
According to new intel, Sela has started paying privateers to capture or destroy Romulan Republic ships. That would explain why these Cardassians are operating outside their normal territory. I suggest we track these True Way ships back to their base. If we're lucky, they'll lead us right to the missing Republic ships.
Good idea. Okay, let's just check my ship, because I've got a Mark IV very rare at the back, so better than this. The only thing I'm wondering is whether I swap out the Mark III plasma cannon for... Oh, well, I obviously swap that out, don't I? It's just more damage. Okay, so we'll do that. I love this whole thing of like just swapping things in and out. You miss it an awful lot when you're... You do miss it an awful lot when you have a loadout that you're pretty much never going to change. I mean, I would say that for the Vesta that I currently fly, I have sort of 2 or 3 layouts, and aside from that, it's just not going to change. So the whole leveling process does make things a little bit nicer in the fact that you can just go straight ahead and go, you know what, I'm going to change up this time round. I'm going to use beam arrays. I'm going to use I'm going to use more cannons or something like that. I'm actually tempted to go full on cannon and ditch the heavy torpedo, but I think I would need another dual heavy cannon for that. At the moment I've only got dual cannons. And I don't really want to use phasers. I would like to roleplay at least a tiny bit in this. Plus as a Romulan it seems to be a little bit of a... it seems to be a little bit poor not to use plasma weapons if you can... But you can see how little DPS the plasma torpedo does. It's just useful for the alpha strike. Aside from that, it's really not a very powerful weapon. See that the plasma cannons actually do way more in terms of damage. The only thing you have to do is just make sure that your ship is constantly pointed at something, which, if you're using a fairly nimble ship, isn't a big problem. Once I move on to a less maneuverable ship, I might have to just go straight for the beam arrays, because I won't be able to keep up otherwise, and it'll just be annoying. Okay, so we're in the Iteradani block, and we need to go to the Donatu system. Why are these systems so far away from each other when I've got a goddamn slow ship? Such a horribly slow ship. Have a look. Do we have anything in? We have another military offensive, which we can't do. Recover artifacts. Okay, you can do that. Almost there. Someone, as usual in chat, being all of a downer. Anything that I can replace on the ship at this point? Doesn't look like it. Doubt I'll be replacing much until the next... Yeah, I don't even want this on the ship because I'm using cannons, so it has literally no... Take a picture.
Recommend we stay cloaked as we approach the station, sir.
Very good idea.
If we avoid the magnetic flux energy, we should be able to remain cloaked as we approach the station.
Quite cool that you can reprogram stuff like this. I like the idea. So we're going to be relying on that's the station we need to go to. Although sort of trying desperately to avoid the worst of it. Actually can activate someone in space. I'll use Tavas just because of that. Else, Tavas is a R&D officer, I believe, so I can't sell her now, but whatever. Makes my plasma torpedoes fire a little bit faster. Almost at the station. And there's a Republic warbird. I'm gonna get closer first. Destroy them while they're on the pad.
Collateral damage is acceptable.
Welcome to glorious technobabble, but it's an EMP pulse.
Where there is life, there is hope.
Probably use battle cloak here to try and get out of the worst of it. I think we got this. Power the shields. And we're going to follow our ship out of the system, but first we're going to cloak. I want the extra damage. I don't like it when it says new respawn point unlocked. That usually means stuff's going to happen. It's gone. Very good idea. Let's go. And one more ship for the Republic and several less ships for the Cardassians. Never liked the Cardassians in the first place. And I will take the pre-fire chamber because that's the cannon, improved cannon weapon damage.
Jolan
Congratulations, Centurion.
so let's stick that onto my ship as opposed to the thing which does absolutely nothing. A little bit more damage, not much. Oh, smash and grab. Chava. She help us? Ooh, hybrid. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. I will have these. In fact, I might have a whole boat full of these. Definitely better than my other dual cannons. I definitely want that. And the beam arrays are quite funky as well. This might be a mission that I come back to a few times, I suppose. Well, here's where we find out if we can. Here's where we find out if we can trust her or not. And if I'm correct, smash. You'll notice I got the level 1 R&D here. If I'm correct, smash and grab does have an information in it. So let's get motoring, because not only are we looking for our first officer's sister here, we are also... Oh, we can actually upgrade a few things. I want to be doing that. 7,000 points, huh? I definitely want some points in warp core efficiency, because that will my power when it's low, and as you can see it's very low at the moment, so we'll accept that. 3 more in anything else. Shield emitters, I think. It'll just mean that my shields go back up a little bit easier. And we'll leave it at that for the moment. And let's begin smash and grab.
We've located the transports that are carrying the prisoners. And Charva's intel isn't exactly accurate. She told us they were going to be Tal Shiar ships, but they're Cardassian. Do you think they could be disguised?
Hollow emitters are fairly common technology.
And lightly guarded? They have combat-ready escorts. We'll need to defeat the escorts and disable the transport vessels. Then we can board and start looking for my sister. I still think she could be on board, even though the escorts are Cardassian ships instead of Tal Shiar.
Oh, it's not like the Tal Shiar and the Cardassians, especially the Obsidian Order, haven't allied before. But you can actually see my power levels are higher now because of the warp core potential, and Romulans are in desperate need of that sort of thing. That's a hell of an escort, this, though. Oh well. Sayonara. This ain't lightly armored, cloak. Yeah, unless something can one-shot you, you're generally fine under cloak. See if I can get a flanking shot on that gal. Getting rid of that heavy plasma torpedo. My ship's such a tug. I've even got an RCS console equipped. Notice that I actually have fire on my mark now. Oh, sugar lumps, where did it go? Yeah, you can actually see how much damage the cannons do instead of the torpedo, so I will probably go to an all cannon layout. Whoa, you can see through my shields. Well, that changes everything. Interesting, I didn't think you'd be able to see through my cloak.
That's the last of them. An away team is waiting in the transporter room. We can board the first transport as soon as you're ready.
Let's go. Interesting. I didn't think that a ship would be able to see through my cloak, but apparently he could. One-shotting, it never gets old.
There are faint life signs up ahead. One of them could be Rena. Let's check our fire.
No, let's go nuts. Oh dear. I have many Vardois lockboxes because I'm going to be buying keys for them, honest. Looks like they're carrying weapons more than anything else. She might be dead. Onto the bridge, huh? Sometimes it's good being attacked. I'm a coward holding a sniper rifle. Sniper rifles are awesome. The Tal Shiar movements in this sector.
Perhaps the Tal Shiar knew the Cardassians took this convoy and sent us here to fight them. No matter who survived, us or the true way, either way the Tal Shiar wins.
What made you, what makes you think that Cheval isn't on the level here? I'm wondering if she's being manipulated by the Tal Shiar herself, levels upon levels potentially.
The Tal Shiar led us into a trap. Again. I'm tired of being lied to. Being tricked. The self-destruct on this ship is still active. Let's set it before we beam over to the next one and look for Rena there. All we should leave behind is a cloud of debris. And then the Tal Shiar and the True Way will know the cost of crossing the Romulan Republic.
Ooh. Could at least have stolen the ship. You know, I actually totally forgot about the Iconian stuff, but it's here, so let's download some data.
This is interesting. There have been recent Tal Shiar patrols in the Hobus system, and they've been confronted by Reman ships. But these Remans weren't aligned with Obasek or the Remans working with the Republic. They served someone else. Hobus was ground zero for the supernova that destroyed the homeworld. If there are Remans there, they might know something about what happened.
Ugh, why do I get a bad feeling? And if we look at the Delta recruit details, there you go, we have Smash and Grab, and we're going to claim our awards for that. There aren't any others in Smash and Grab, nope. And it is 50 of a certain mark, so I'm going to take fleet marks. Moving on. Oh yeah, we've got to access the computer.
There isn't any data on prisoners here. It's just cargo and soldiers. I don't understand why Charva would send us here. Was she trying to get us killed?
Probably. Or if it wasn't her, maybe her superiors were and it was just a test of her. Does anyone remember Alidar Jarok from the TNG episode where he was literally just put to a test to see if he'd defect to the Federations? Maybe the same thing. That's the Iconian date, so let's blow up the ship. Oh, why did I know it wasn't going to be that easy? Eat it! Oh, a goal. Gulls can be quite nasty.
I can't believe Charva would lie about Rena being on one of these ships. It used to be so close.
I don't know, maybe she's just toying with your emotions. Women, honestly. I'm joking before a million people unsubscribe. Taking lessons from Garrick there, because obviously the safest way to shoot someone is in the back. Okay, how do I do that? Well, let's have a look at the next ship. While this one blows up. Already done that one. They don't react too well to weapons fire, so you throw a grenade. I miss my science officer. You have science, you are smart. Never mind. Oh, a legate. Think we got a crit. It's a top.
More escort ships inbound on an attack vector.
Sucks to be us. You know what? While I'm here, oh, rubidium ore. There's rubidium ore in this mission.
Morris.
Shite! I had the wrong button clicked. I had my buttons in. I had my hands on the wrong place in the keyboard, and I ended up hitting F rather than D in order to move round. So that went wrong. No, I'm scanning the rubidium ore first. Right, Chava, explain yourself.
You are being deceived.
Yeah, you reckon?
How could you lie to us again? Lead us into another trap. And you use Rena to do it. That's low, even for the Tal Shiar. She wasn't on those transports. It was all a setup, a deception intended to get us killed, and I'm not falling for it again. Give me a reason, any reason to believe the woman I cared about is still in you, that you can still be saved.
Harsh words.
I can tell you the truth.
She's not exactly denying much, is she? I'm ready to go as well. Also going to have to take some more piloting lessons, I suppose. But we do get the extra cannon here, so should make things a little bit easier. Yep, plasma disruptor hybrid cannons.
Congratulations, Centurion.
Oh, we get more duty officers. I like duty officers. But first things first. There you go. More stuff up front. So that will be next time. We're not going to do it this time, but ooh, Harpeng torpedo launch. Definitely want that. But we will be going through that next time, I believe. But first of all, I believe there was a mission for new duty officers, was that? Oh, we can get patrols, but I don't really... Inspectors on... Outreach... Oh, right, all this stuff. Something about new duty officers. Did I just get them? I don't think so. What does he say? New duty officers are available, although it's a legacy floater message. Huh. Interesting. I honestly don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure I'll figure it out soon. Let's spend our points. We have 7,000. So I'm gonna end up wanting 9 in that. So I'm gonna want 6 in warp core efficiency, that's for sure. I'm also gonna want 6 in structural integrity as well, so we'll do that just to make myself a little bit less squishy. And I think I'll leave 2,500 points available for the moment. So that's going to be it for this video, guys, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll stay with me when we continue the Romulan story next time.